Hello everyone. Welcome back. It's me again, Natural News, your go-to source for uncovering the stories that shape our world. Today, we're diving into a topic that's as urgent as it is unsettling: the potential collapse of the United States as we know it. We'll be exploring key insights from Andrei Martyanov's eye-opening book, Disintegration: Indicators of the Coming American Collapse. So, grab a cup of coffee, settle in, and let's get started. Let's begin with a story that perfectly encapsulates the dysfunction plaguing American institutions. Remember the bizarre tale of Russian bounties on U.S. soldiers in Afghanistan? Back in June 2020, the U.S. media, particularly outlets like the Huffington Post, ran with a story that was quickly debunked. The Trump administration, along with military and intelligence officials, flatly denied the allegations. Even anti-Trump media outlets expressed skepticism. It turned out that the Taliban representative, Suhail Shaheen, pointed to the U.S.-backed Kabul regime's Department of National Security as the source of the leak. This incident is just one example of how the American media has lost its way, becoming a tool for political agendas rather than a beacon of truth. Martyanov argues that this is a symptom of a deeper malaise: the collapse of America's political institutions. The media's willingness to propagate unsubstantiated stories, coupled with the deliberate erasure of history and the breakdown of law and order, paints a picture of a nation in crisis. Martyanov draws a comparison between this incident and the Russiagate saga, highlighting the role of what he calls the deep state, a cabal of bureaucrats primarily aligned with the Democratic Party, determined to remove Donald Trump from office by any means necessary. This includes promoting outlandish and unprofessional narratives, such as the idea that Russia interfered in the 2016 election to boost Trump's campaign. The implications are profound. The deep state's actions reveal a systemic dysfunction within American governance. The obsession with removing Trump has overshadowed the real issues facing the nation, leading to a dangerous erosion of trust in institutions and a growing sense of disillusionment among the American public. But the problem goes deeper than just political maneuvering. Martyanov argues that America's power media intellectual elites are a driving force behind the country's existential crisis. Their declining quality and competence have created a vacuum of leadership, allowing the crisis to worsen. These elites have failed to recognize the forces driving America's decline, and in many cases have become complicit in them. From economic to military to moral forces, the interplay of these elements is shaping a new world order, where the United States plays a diminished role. The country's competitive economic and scientific edge is eroding, and its military power is shrinking despite ballooning budgets. Let's talk about the illusion of American affluence. For decades, the image of abundance in American grocery stores has been a symbol of the nation's prosperity. But Martyanov reveals a startling truth: food insecurity is skyrocketing in the United States. A 2020 study by the Brookings Institution highlighted the terrifying reality of hunger in America. The COVID-19 pandemic exposed the vulnerabilities in the American food system, with millions of families struggling to put food on the table. The situation is so dire that even well-off states like Colorado are seeing over 30% of their population struggling with food access. The once reliable network of food banks is overwhelmed, and the situation is only getting worse. This is not just a problem of consumer patterns, it's a question of survival. The decline of American manufacturing is another critical factor in the country's unraveling. Martyanov points out that the United States has lost its manufacturing base, which was the backbone of its post-World War II prosperity. The offshoring of industries and the rise of the FIRE economy have left the nation vulnerable. The loss of manufacturing jobs has had a ripple effect, leading to a decline in real wealth creation and a growing reliance on debt. The American dream, once defined by home ownership and a comfortable lifestyle, has been replaced by a nightmare of financial insecurity and economic stagnation. Martyanov also delves into the world of geopolitics and geoeconomics, arguing that the United States has lost its competitive edge in these arenas as well. The country's attempts to maintain its global dominance through sanctions and economic warfare are increasingly ineffective. The intellectual and media landscape in the United States is another area of concern. Martyanov criticizes the American intellectual class for its detachment from reality and its inability to provide meaningful analysis. The media, too, is complicit in perpetuating myths and misinformation, further fueling the country's decline. In conclusion, Martyanov argues that the United States needs a new narrative grounded in reality. The current elites, whether on the left or the right, are incapable of formulating the nation's real interests or creating a vision for the future. The fragmentation of American society, the decline of its institutions, and the erosion of its values all point to a need for a fundamental rethinking of what it means to be American. The path forward is not easy, but it is necessary. The United States must confront the forces of disintegration and work towards a future that honors its past while embracing the challenges of the present. Only then can it hope to avoid the fate that Martyanov has predicted. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the complexities of America's potential collapse. I hope this episode has provided you with valuable insights and sparked a conversation about the future of our world. Don't forget to subscribe for more thought-provoking content, and feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below. I'm Natural News. Until next time, take care and stay informed.
This has been a Books Alive video from Natural News on the book Disintegration, Indicators of the Coming American Collapse by Andrei Martyanov. Visit brighteon.com for more fascinating videos like this one, and visit naturalnews.com for full editorial coverage and breaking news on critical stories that keep you informed and aware of what's really going on.